Hey, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I've decided to give you guys 10 tips or 10 things to consider before starting your t-shirt brand, right? So tip number 1 is to focus on a specific target, like target specific people, which is basically means find a specific niche or certain niche to sell the t-shirts to. Now I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I myself have a t-shirt brand where I sell plain t-shirts, right? When I started, I literally decided to okay, you know what, I'm gonna sell one t-shirts in different colors, short sleeve, unisex shape, which is like a box shape, right? Nothing else. Don't have any other t-shirts. I don't have hoodies. I didn't have sweaters. I still don't have those things right now. I decided to focus on that one product and target people that wanted to start brands and could only start off with buying one t-shirt because they wanted to start off with a sample, right? So one t-shirt, small niche, and within that niche I realized that people that were buying my t-shirts weren't necessarily just people that wanted to start brands, but it was just people that literally wanted plain t-shirts and nothing with a graphic on. All right, so when you start a t-shirt brand, focus on a niche, focus on a specific, understand what it is you want the t-shirts to do or what is the purpose of your product, and focus on those people and providing those people with your product and your service. Don't have a lot of things going on, like t-shirts, hoodies, or a lot of designs and whatnot, you know what I mean? Start small and expand within that small market, right? So I'm going to make an example. When I was thinking about making this video, I thought of flowers. So we have flowers, right? And then within flowers you can sell bouquets and all those fancy looking flowers, or you can sell, and then you have plants as well, like indoor and outdoor plants and those cute things, right? So just because you know a lot about flowers or plants, I don't know what I could call the main word, and then you have the two subheadings, which is flowers and plants, right? So just because you know about greenery, let's call it greenery, just because you know about greenery doesn't mean that you have to sell both bouquets and plants. Focus on one and don't be afraid that, oh no, I'm only selling plants, I could be making money from flowers. There's a big chance you could scale up, right? Expand within the plant market. So you might start off selling plants to people that I recently moved into another flat and I really wanted to buy plants, spice up the space and brighten it up. So you could sell plants to people like that. You could sell plants at markets. Then you could scale up and maybe sell plants at cafes and sell plants to interior designers, right? So don't just think, I'll be selling plants to people in markets all my life. There are opportunities to scale up within a niche. Same with bouquets. You might start with so we have a stand here in Cape Town where they're just plant people, ladies and gentlemen, selling plants, and from that you could scale up also in that business, and then maybe cater bouquets for wedding venues, cater bouquets for Valentine's or functions and whatnot, right? Or funerals even, right? So imagine now you know about greenery and you take on indoor and outdoor plants, and then you take on bouquets. Today you have to be at a wedding, and the next day you need to be at a cafe giving people an order, right, of your house plants. So try and focus on one product, one service, and focus on that niche. So tip number 1 is focus on a niche. Tip number 2 is designing, right? There are a lot of ways you could design your t-shirts if you're looking to sell printed t-shirts, and this doesn't have to solely be graphic tees. You can focus on text-based designs. I do this a lot on my brand called Afrogrunge, where I literally just screen print Afrogrunge across the chest, and I recently used a typewriter font where I embroidered Afrogrunge in typewriter font. These are considered text-based designs, right? I also have a friend that started a brand or sort of revived his old brand, and he literally printed for the kids. When I started my t-shirt brand, I sold this lady that prints Bible verses. that is text-based design. So she prints out Bible verses on her t-shirts and sells them. So that's, you don't need to have like fancy graphic t-shirts. You can literally just go for text-based designs. Tip number 3, know the quality of your t-shirt, because knowing the quality actually affects the following tip I'm going to give you, which is tip number 4. So also knowing the quality of your t-shirts helps with say if you are drop shipping, you are starting a drop shipping company where you actually don't get the chance to actually saying actually a lot, where you don't get a chance to physically touch the products, because with drop shipping the suppliers produce the t-shirt for you, they print it for you, then they deliver it to the person that bought it for you. So technically you don't get to see the product. So if you are using that service, right, then you need to understand the specs, the quality, the size, the fit of the t-shirt, so that it is what you are telling people and it is what you actually want, like for your, like the type of t-shirt that you want, right? And also knowing the quality helps. Tip number 4, which is understanding the cost and pricing, right, of your product. So if the t-shirt is has the best quality, then the t-shirt's cost, which is the price of your supplier, and it becomes a cost to you, that cost is going to be more expensive. Therefore it'll justify and assist in helping you as a seller price your product. So in order to understand tip number 4, you need to know tip number 3, which is understanding the quality of your product, which will affect the price of your final product, right? So when you source out t-shirts, make sure you understand the quality, make sure the fit is right, it actually fits people. And yeah, because you might buy your supplier might make a certain size, and then your customer is like, but this is my size, but it doesn't fit me. You know what I mean? So you need to understand and ask your supplier, like, what are these sizes based on, and so on and so forth. Cool. Tip number 5, again, this kind of goes back to if you are using a drop shipping type, if you are doing or starting a drop shipping type business, you need to make sure your product mockups are correct or up to standard, or at least or as close to the final product as possible. Again, if you're doing drop shipping, or if you're downloading a template which is called the product mockup, you need to make sure like it looks exactly the same as the final product, right? So I did this with my brand, where I downloaded t-shirts online and I just slapped on Afrogrunge across the chest, because I knew that once I screen printed on the t-shirt, it would literally look like that, right? So I needed to make sure that the product mockups, like the t-shirt template basically, was the same design as the actual t-shirts that I was going to use. So you don't want to download a v-neck t-shirt, only in reality you're going to be printing on a round neck t-shirt, right? So make sure that if you do use product mockups can also be for hoodies, sweaters, literally anything that is basic, and then you can customize it by adding your graphics or prints or text-based designs, right? So make sure the product mockups are actually what you'll be selling to people. And tip number 6, which is very important, if you are going to be doing graphics on your t-shirts, is that with the product mockup and the print, those things also need to be accurate. The print on your product mockup needs to actually, again, be the same thing that your customer will get. You don't want to advertise a print maybe that's literally starts from the neck all the way to the hem of your t-shirt, only to find out the company, that maybe the drop shipping company that's doing all the manufacturing and printing for you, can't do that. They can't print from the neck all the way to the hem. They can only cover half of the t-shirt with a print. So make sure that before you take your design and slap it on the t-shirt mockup, the people that will be printing for you, doesn't have to be the drop shipping people, whichever printing company you find, ask them what are their specs as well, like the dimensions, their width and their length of printing, like what are they capable, how are they, what or how, I don't know, what are their capabilities when it comes to printing, and can they translate what you want to do and how you've designed your product, like how you want to sell to people, right? If they can't do it, then find someone else to print for you, or compromise on your print placement and the sizes of that. Cool. And tip number 7, labels. I've done this mistake and I wish I could like undo it, but I can't. But if you don't have clothing labels, ask your supplier to remove the tags for you, or to private label for you, because you don't want to have a t-shirt I've done this. Don't want to have a t-shirt that's written Afrogrunge, my brand, and then on the label it's written literally the company where I sourced out the t-shirts from, right? You want to make sure that your brand on the front, or your graphic, or your brand collaborates with what's written on the neck. If you don't have labels yet, then just remove it and just add a size label, right? So make sure you get labeling as well. Find out if the company you outsource t-shirts from can do private labeling for you, or you can do it yourself. There are a lot of videos on how to private label, because there are a lot of videos that encourage reselling, where you can, like, that's how a lot of YouTubers or Instagrammers literally start boutiques, where they buy products from wholesalers, and then they rebrand, like relabel or private label their tags, and then sell it again as their own designs. Cool. So make sure you have labels. If you don't have labels, size labels, if you don't have that, just find a way, but remove the companies or suppliers label in your t-shirts. Cool. And tip number 8, which goes back to tip number 1. Once you've found your niche or decided to focus on what type of t-shirt you want to sell, or with my example, are you going to go for the plants or are you going to go for the flowers? See the life cycle or lifespan of your niche. Is it something that people want, or is it outdated? Do you want to start a business that's kind of not moving? So go on Google Trends, see like how and literally search for plants. Like, I'll use the plant example. Search for plants and see how many people search for plants. When do they want plants? Do they want them when it's hot, when it's cold? You know what I mean? And see the statistics of the demand of your niche, of your market, right? For instance, I went to Belleville with my mom, and there were still people with digital cameras asking us if we wanted to take a picture, and we have to pay them. Bro, there's so many smartphones out there. Like, you literally take out your phone and I could take a picture myself. I don't need to pay someone else for that. And this is not the people that are asking to take a photo for you for your ID. No, like literally you go out to town, you dress nicely, and these people are asking to take pictures of you. And there's still people that are selling like CDs with like DVDs, or CDs with movies, and you have to put it in a DVD player or like a laptop to watch. Dude, I think almost everyone streams like movies online. Like, I wouldn't want to put like a disc on my laptop because I don't have a DVD. I'm scared of viruses and just my laptop crashing. So make sure that you don't jump on like making CDs and burning CDs and printing out movies, because not a lot of people buy that. So that's what I mean by saying make sure you check if this project that you want to start on, there's still a demand for it, there's still people that actually want to purchase that, so that you don't start something and it doesn't move because everyone is so over that. Like, don't start a t-shirt brand written ungenapi. Like, so many people have capitalized on that, and I doubt anyone is buying those t-shirts anymore. So that's what I mean by checking the lifespan of your niche, of your target market, of what it is that you want to do. Is it still sellable? Or sometimes you might search for it and realize it's not sellable, only because it's like a seasonal thing. So for instance, maybe a lot of people, I need to consider this for my brand as well. So not a lot of people in winter might want to buy short sleeve t-shirts. So I might have to introduce hoodies in winter, and then in summer go back to t-shirts. So yeah, tip number 9, I would suggest that you find consignment stores. find resellers that sell maybe t-shirts as well, like other stores that maybe focus solely on t-shirts or clothing, and don't be the only person that's selling and pushing your merch, right? I think this way you'd reach a wider audience and you'd have people handling some of the workload for you. Obviously they'll take like a small percentage, but I think it's worth it, and it allow you to be in multiple spaces at once, right? Again, there are benefits obviously of selling products yourself, which is getting like the entire profit by yourself. You don't have to pay like a commission fee to someone else to handle the work for you, right? And tip number 10 is start. I know there's a lot of people sitting on ideas and they're not doing anything about it because they're waiting for the right time, they're waiting to have money, they're trying to save up, which is not a bad thing, but start, right? I've given you all the things to consider, all the tips. What the tips I've given you is literally, if you listen to it correctly, you could, or carefully, not correctly, I'm sorry, carefully, you could literally set up a store at zero fee, but zero product, and advertise your product. So if you feel like maybe you're not starting because you don't have the coin to start, download a template, a product markup, a template, make a design, just call a few printing people, actually don't even call, just email a few printing companies, ask them what are their size bags, I want to print from the neck to the hem, is that possible? So if they say yes, you don't have to place an order with them, just make sure your markup is like, okay, there's a company that said they can do A, B, and C for me for this much, and I think because of the cost of the printing, the cost of the t-shirts, then I'll charge my t-shirts to be so much. So I'll do the markup, I'll place my print, I'll advertise it. Once a person orders, I'll take the money, go pay the people that gave me their prices, the companies I need to outsource to, and give that person who paid you their product, literally. So yes, it's okay to think, yes, it's okay to save up and wait a bit, but don't forget to start. I think that's the most important tip ever. If you've watched this far, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Bye.